Wow! You bet! From beyond the logo!
There are great athletes, and then there are players who completely shift the sport. Kind who make you stop, look again, and wonder how they just did that. In women's basketball right now, one name stands above the rest: Caitlin Clark. She's filling arenas, dominating social media, and drawing praise from NBA legends who admit she's different. Clark isn't just putting up points. She's changing expectations, setting new records, and forcing the league to adjust to her. When Shaquille O'Neal calls her the truth on a Rivals podcast, you know this goes beyond hype. This is history unfolding. The real question isn't whether she's good. It's how far she can take the game before it has no choice but to follow her lead. Her impact starts with skill. Everything else, the headlines, the debates, the business side, comes from one simple fact. Caitlin Clark is elite at basketball. Not just impressive for a rookie. Not just impressive for women's basketball. Just elite.
Clark, a deep burst!
Triple-double for a rookie. Caitlin Clark has it!
She's doing things on the court that make people stop scrolling and replay the clip again and again. The range, the court vision, the confidence. Start with her shooting. She pulls up from 28 feet like it's a routine shot. Logo threes, deep step backs, off the dribble shots with defenders all over her. It looks normal for her. For everyone else, it looks unreal.
She's a beast! Clark from the logo! She gets it out of that left hand.
In her rookie WNBA season, she made 122 three-pointers. That's the most ever by a rookie and the second most in a single season in league history. She finished only 6th behind Sabrina Ionescu's all-time record as a rookie. And it wasn't just the number. It was how tough the shots were. Against the Washington Mystics, she hit 7 threes and scored 30 points in front of more than 20,000 fans, one of the biggest crowds women's basketball had seen there in years. Her average shot distance that night was 24 feet, the longest in the league that season, but she's more than a shooter. She might be an even better passer. Clark set the WNBA single-season assist record with 337 assists. Not just for rookies. For anyone ever. She averaged 8.4 assists per game, the best in the league and one of the top averages in history. She also broke the single-game assist record with 19 against the Dallas Wings. That night, she either scored or assisted on 66 points, breaking Diana Taurasi's previous mark. 19 assists means 19 perfect reads, 19 moments where she saw something no one else did and delivered the ball exactly where it needed to go. She also became the first rookie in WNBA history to record a triple-double.
Clark connects! The first logo bomb of the season from Caitlin Clark.
And she didn't do it just once. She did it twice. The first was against the New York Liberty, 19 points, 12 rebounds, 13 assists. No rookie had ever reached those numbers in a single game. She did it against one of the league's top teams. What makes it all work is her basketball IQ. Watch closely and you'll see the small details. Quick fake to freeze a defender for half a second. A pass fired across the court before a double team can close in. A change of speed in the pick and roll that forces defenders into the wrong decision. Fans noticed. Players noticed. And eventually, legends had to admit it. When Shaquille O'Neal called Caitlin Clark the truth, everything shifted. He said it on Angel Reese's podcast, someone he supports and mentors. If anyone would defend Reese, it would be Shaq. Then he asked why people love Clark so much. Reese mentioned the deep threes. But Shaq had more to say.
Clark, there she goes again. Yes!
You have to guard Caitlin Clark even before she crosses half court.
Shaq compared Clark to Steph Curry. Not as a joke, but as a real basketball comparison. He explained that Curry doesn't look like the typical superstar, but he changed the game with skills no one had seen before. Then he said Clark is doing the same thing. She's making plays we've never seen done this consistently. Then came the moment everyone talked about. Shaq admitted he used to doubt her. Because of his loyalty to LSU and his connection to Reese, he would watch Clark and expect her to miss. But she kept making the shots. Again and again. He said if you tell someone 10 times they won't hit that shot and they keep hitting it, that means they're the real deal. This wasn't a commentator chasing attention. This was a 4-time NBA champion admitting he was wrong.
One of the all-time great NBA players, 4-time NBA champion, 3-time Finals MVP, and host of the big podcast.
A man who has seen greatness his entire life looked at a 22-year-old rookie and said he had never seen this before. The internet exploded. People couldn't believe Shaq praised Clark on Reese's own show. Jokes spread fast, saying every episode somehow turns into the Caitlin Clark show, but beneath the jokes, something serious was happening. When someone with Shaq's respect and experience publicly changes his mind and calls a player special, that's not hype. That's the sport recognizing a new standard. Stephen A. Smith also spoke up, saying the league needed to protect its biggest star. He compared her situation to how the NBA once had to protect Michael Jordan. Clark's effect on ratings and revenue meant the WNBA had a responsibility to make sure she could play without being constantly targeted. Conversation shifted from whether she belonged to how far she could go. And the legends were already saying the limit was up to her.
I just want to pitch this to everyone. Imagine Caitlin joining this team and spending time on the bench.
Talent opens doors. Work keeps you there. This is the part that doesn't trend online. The league didn't make things easy for her. If anything, it tested her from day one. She played 11 games in 20 days to start her rookie season. Pace was faster. The defense was more physical than anything she had seen before. At the same time, the media attention around her was non-stop. Her team started 1-8. She turned the ball over 10 times in her first game. In another, she scored only 3 points. Critics quickly said the hype was too much, that college success wouldn't carry over. The difference? They stopped watching. She kept working.
Obviously, it was a big adjustment going from college to the professional level. There's a lot of areas that you have to learn, and you have to learn very quickly.
She adjusted her game as the season went on. She learned which passes worked at the pro level and which didn't. She figured out where her teammates preferred the ball. She started reading double teams earlier and controlling the pace better. When the Olympic break came and she was left off Team USA, she used it as motivation. After the break, in her next 10 games, she averaged 24.7 points and 9.3 assists. The Fever went 8-2 and had their first 5-game winning streak in years. She shot over 43% from the field and 37% from 3 on higher volume. She wasn't just better. She looked unstoppable.
Clark catch and shoot, hits a 3.
So good on that pin down action.
After the break, she averaged 23.1 points per game. Over a full season, that would have ranked near the top of the league. But the growth wasn't only about numbers. Early in the season, she reacted to defenses. Later, she controlled them. She set the pace. She ran the offense. She made her teammates better and gave them confidence. That kind of change comes from serious work. Film study. Extra practice. Refusing to let a slow start define you. The Fever improved from 13 wins the previous year to making the playoffs. Clark finished the season with 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game, shooting over 90% from the free throw line. She won Rookie of the Year with nearly every vote.
When I called your name to the stage as the #1 pick in this year's draft, you held the Indiana Fever jersey for the first time.
She was named to the All-WNBA First Team, the first rookie to do so since Candace Parker in 2008. That doesn't happen from talent alone. Comes from discipline and constant effort. Off the court, the numbers are just as big. Clark signed an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike, the largest sponsorship in women's basketball history. She partnered with Wilson, State Farm, Gatorade, and more. She appeared on Saturday Night Live. Time magazine named her Athlete of the Year. The Associated Press did the same.
WNBA draft The WNBA draft is this Monday, and Iowa star Caitlin Clark is expected to be the #1 pick.
But her endorsements are only part of the story. An economist estimated that Clark was responsible for 26.5% of the WNBA's total economic activity during her rookie season. Over a quarter of the league's revenue connected to one player. Indiana's home attendance jumped from about 4,000 fans per game to over 17,000, setting records. League-wide attendance more than doubled when she played. Some teams moved games to larger NBA arenas just to fit the demand. Television ratings broke records across multiple networks. The draft that brought her in drew the highest viewership ever.
First player in Division I history, men's or women's, with 3,000 points and 1,000 assists. She makes the right reads.
More than half of WNBA games became sellouts. Merchandise sales increased by 500%. Out of 24 WNBA broadcasts that reached at least 1 million viewers, 21 involved Clark. She earned just over $76,000 as a rookie, yet her impact on the league was worth hundreds of millions. The league even opted out of its collective bargaining agreement, partly because of the revenue surge she helped create, with hopes of raising salaries in the future. Her success isn't only lifting her career, it's raising the entire league.
The WNBA draft is this Monday, and Iowa star Caitlin Clark is expected to be the #1 pick. Here to comment is Caitlin Clark.
Before Clark, the WNBA had stars who rarely received major coverage. Talents like Aya Wilson and others played at elite levels without constant headlines. Arenas were often half full. Media attention was limited. The gap with the NBA felt permanent. Clark didn't close that gap alone, but she pushed it wide open. She showed that women's basketball, when centered around a truly special player, can capture mainstream sports attention. She proved fans will show up when given a reason. Fans now plan their schedules around the Caitlin Clark experience. They tune in from home, buy her jersey, and fill 20,000-seat arenas because they don't want to miss the show. And the impact goes far beyond one season. Young girls across the country are watching her shoot from the logo and thinking they can do the same. They see her throw no-look passes through traffic and fall in love with the game, just like past generations did watching Curry, Magic, or LeBron. Even after she left Iowa, the program sold out season tickets. Crowds packed arenas just because of the excitement she created. That's more than support. That's lasting influence. The Indiana Fever are building a $78 million practice facility for the women's team, fueled largely by the revenue and attention she helped generate. Tourism in Indianapolis rises on Fever game weekends. Local websites saw traffic jump more than 500% after she was drafted. This is what a transformational player looks like. Someone who fills stat sheets, arenas, television screens, and the dreams of young athletes. She finished 4th in MVP voting as a rookie. She made the All-Star team and the All-WNBA first team. She became the first rookie since Michael Jordan to average at least 18 points, 5 rebounds, 8.5 assists, 2 steals, and a block in a playoff series. And the most important part? She's only getting started. What happens in year 2, year 3, year 5? That's the question every team executive is thinking about. She has already changed the standard, broken records, and forced the league to adjust. Defenses chase her. Records fall around her, but the bigger story is still unfolding. How much further can she push the game? How high is the ceiling once the world fully understands her talent? One thing is clear. This is not the ending. It's only the beginning.